the beautiful thing about art is, I mean, there's many beautiful things about art, but one of the most beautiful things is that you're able to showcase to other people how things look like to you, your inner world and and the interface between your inner world to how you interpret the world around you. So for example, if I were to just put it in simple terms, I put a loaf of bread on my studio table, and to everybody else, just this looks like a totally banal and completely pedestrian scene, right? If for some reason, because of my own temperament and my own makeup, I look at that bread and I see something epic, right? Then my painting should be able to communicate this epic aspect of the bread such that people who look at my painting will understand and experience the bread the way that I experience it, meaning I am able to position other people vis-a-vis the world such that they can see it through my own private vantage point, right? So you're able to basically share your inner world and the way that you see the world around you with other people if you're very attuned to the craft of painting. And moreover, if you're really good at it, to me the sign of a really good painting is that people have said to me in the past that they will never see bread the same way, right? Then people start taking your painting with them into their private life, right? So at first it would be, oh, I understand how Ken is looking at that individual part of bread, but if it's that individual loaf of bread, but if you successfully become really impactful, then this kind of lingers in people's associative bank such that the next time they see bread, they could kind of see it through the eyes of the painter who has influenced the way that they now see the world. So, for example, I am enchanted by landscapes, for example, by a painter called Ilya Gefter. And so and he has these landscapes of Tel Aviv that I think are just absolutely magical. So when I walk around Tel Aviv at night and I'm seeing the sea, or I'm seeing street lights, or I'm seeing some of his motifs, I can't help but see them through his eyes. I'm imagining, oh, what would happen if Ilya Gefter stood right here and looked at this Tel Aviv landscape? I can already see the painting, basically. So all it took for him is to paint 20 paintings, but now these 20 paintings have become an infinite number of paintings because they were so successful that I can walk around Tel Aviv and I can paint Ilya Gefter images in my mind without him even having to render them anymore. So that to me is the mark of truly great art, where you're able to so comprehensively bring other people into your vision of the world such that your vision of the world becomes part of their vision of the world. And there's something really objective about that because this is uncontrollable. This is not something that I can turn off, right? I'm enchanted by a painter called Ophir Bagon. He has a series of paintings that he did around Habima Square. And now whenever I go to Habima Square, all I can see, oh, this one looks like an Ophir Bagon painting. Oh, this one looks like an Ophir Bagon painting, right? So they've kind of, for lack of a better word, they kind of encamped themselves in my brain forever, and they have taken a little piece of land, a little piece of real estate in my psyche, and they're there forever, and they're there forever for the better, right? This is something really important to me as a painter, because once you realize that if you get good at painting, you have the possibility of living rent-free in other people's minds, then you understand the responsibility that gets attached to that, because then you better be good influence, right? You really don't want to parasitize anybody else's mind, because you are going to be there forever. So whatever you choose to plant there, be very reverent and be very careful about what you put out there into the world, because again, with great skill comes great responsibility. This is a little turn of phrase on our classic Spider-Man saying.